Are you there? Give me a thumbs up in the chat box if I'm clearly visible, audible, fast. Those who are there, okay, thank you. Thanks for confirmation. So welcome you all for this session also. This is the third session of my IBQ marathon. So today we are going to cover 100 IBQs. So we have already started the session in the morning. In the morning, we have covered entire hematology IBQs, all anemias, all leukemias, everything from hematology, all RBC inclusions, all RBC shapes, and everything we have done. After that, we have started systemic pathology. In systemic pathology, we have started the first system, CVS, and this is the last question from CVS. After that, I'm moving on GIT. Immediately, I will be a little bit faster. This is the last hour, and I have to cover many more. So this is the thing you can see here. So don't read the question. I'm telling you the summary. Look at the image. This is the image of the heart. The patient is young. He's coming to the emergency room with the friends, not with the parents. He's coming with the friends. He's having cardiac murmurs and he's having splinters in the nails. In the nails, he's having splinters and he's coming in emergency with murmurs. So what you will say, looking at the image, what is your diagnosis? Okay, there are 5 options. You can mark your option, the correct option. So what is the cause of the murmurs? What is the cause? What is the most likely diagnosis? Is the patient is having acute rheumatic fever or intravenous drug user or congenital bicuspid ball or Trizio syndrome or SLE? Look at the image. In the image, you can see this is the ball. This is the ball. You can see the carda tendini again. So you can identify this is the ball. In the ball, you can see the lesions. You can see the big vegetations, the fragile big vegetations. The vegetations are very destructive and somewhat you can see a purple also. So that is the image. So yes, most of you are correct. Khushi, Gaurav and Point are first to answer it correctly. It is IV drug user. The diagnosis. What is the diagnosis here? Khushi, you are the first to answer now. What is the diagnosis? You are correct. It is IV drug user. But what is your diagnosis? The diagnosis, it is having infective endocarditis. Yes, you are right. It is infective endocarditis. So patient is having infective. Yes, infective endocarditis. So patient is young. So young patients, there are more chances of IV drug users. And he's coming with the friends. So again indicating कि friend के साथ है तो maybe he is a IV drug user. He is having cardiac murmurs and nail में splinters. Nail में splinters in the nail. So it is indicating the patient is having infective endocarditis. You know, infective endocarditis, the vegetations are big as compared to rheumatic fever. So it is not the rheumatic fever. The vegetations are big. They are destructive. They are causing perforation. So it is a typical image from Robbins showing infective endocarditis. इस पे कोई भी question frame हो सकता है. Multiple questions we can frame on the same image. The image will remain same. The answer is infective endocarditis. Here I have asked the cause of infective endocarditis, that is intravenous drug user in this particular scenario. So you know, infective endocarditis, also known as bacterial endocarditis, it is of 2 types, Abe and Sabe. AB and what is Abe and Sabe? What is Abe and Sabe? Imagine a person, the person is healthy, the balls are healthy, mitral wall is healthy, you can see healthy ball. So if you want to cause destruction of this heavy balls, you require a bacteria which is highly virulent. For example, you require Staph aureus. And the virulent bacteria will cause destruction of the wall very fast, acutely less than 6 weeks. It is known as ABE. And if the balls are previously destroyed, already destroyed previously, if the balls are previously diseased, it is having some mitral regurgitation, mitral stenosis. So you require a low virulent bacteria also, wo bhi chalega to cause the vegetations. So low virulent bacteria, Streptococcus viridans. And it will take more than 6 weeks. It is known as SABE. Give me a thumbs up. I just hooked it out. I just nailed it out. Have you got it? The 2 differences between Abe and Sabe. So most common cause of Abe is the high virulent bacteria like Staph aureus. It is taking less than 6 weeks. That's why known as Abe, acute. And in Sabe, it is caused by less virulent bacteria like Streptococcus viridans. Here Staph aureus. Here Streptococcus viridans. And it takes more than 6 weeks. That's why known as subacute. Sabe. Give me a thumbs up. So in both of them, Abe and Sabe, vegetations are formed on the walls. The vegetations are big in size. They are large, they are fragile, they are destructive, which is seen in our case, which is seen. You see the vegetations here. It is compared with rheumatic heart disease. Compare the size, compare the location. Most common ball is mitral. Location on the upper surface. You see on upper surface, they are there. You see the vegetations are destructive. They are large. They are forming the nodules. Give me a thumbs up. Now, what about the splinter hemorrhages in the nail? Why splinter hemorrhages are taking place? The vegetations are most commonly on mitral wall. They are fragile, they are large, they are fragile. So they will rupture from here and they will go in the aorta. This is aorta. The vegetations will go in the aorta. From the aorta, they will go to the small arteries and block small arteries of the nail. So small arteries of the digits, they are blocked and the nails will show splinter hemorrhages like. Can you see? These are the nodes. Okay, let me skip this Oswey and Jarabe node. These are the splinter hemorrhages. This is due to obstruction of the arteries, small digital arteries by the vegetation because they are fragile. So again, splinter hemorrhage was a clue given in the question. Give me a thumbs up. Everyone give me a thumbs up. So that was the question. So coming on the next system, GIT. We are done with CVS. We are done with complete hematology, RBC, WBC, platelet. We are done with CVS. Now coming on the next system, GIT. So this is the question. You can read the question also, or you can directly see the image and tell me the answer. Directly, it is an image of esophagus. It is an image for lower esophagus junction. So you can see squamous epithelia here. You can see columnar epithelia here. What is your diagnosis? I have given you a hint also. What is the cause of this? Make the diagnosis and tell me the cause. Tell me the cause of this type of image. It's an image from esophagus, lower esophagus junction. You all are right. Point, Khushi, and Saifuddin are first to answer it correctly. What is the diagnosis? Saifuddin, Khushi, Point. You are first to answer now. Tell me what is the diagnosis. You all are right. The answer is okay. It is GERD. It is reflex. What is the diagnosis? Why GERD? GERD is leading to what? What is this image of? This image is of Vikram. What is the image of? Name the condition. Image is Barrett esophagus. Very good. So it is a diagram of Barrett esophagus. Now we can the same image. I can frame multiple MCQs. So there is a 42-year-old male is there having nausea. There is no nausea. There is no vomiting. Lower esophagus pay 1 to 4 centimeter above the junction, lower esophagus junction. I have taken a biopsy and this is the biopsy. In the biopsy, typical thing you can see here, there is squamous epithelia and there is columnar epithelia. You can see the glands. The glands are there in columnar epithelia. So there is columnar epithelia and the above lining is squamous. So squamous ke niche columnar hai. It is metaplasia. Metaplasia is seen in Barrett esophagus and the cause of Barrett esophagus is GERD. If you want to understand the detail, you can see here. It is squamous epithelia. You can see the keratinization and you can see the gland formation. It is columnar epithelia. So squamous and columnar. So squamous is replaced by columnar. It is known as Barrett esophagus. So Barrett esophagus ka one of the causes GERD, reflex, GERD. That's why GERD is the answer. You know what is Barrett esophagus? You can see the lining. Normally, the lining of the stomach is columnar and the lining of the esophagus is squamous. Can you see? It is normal. So this is acid. Acid is present in stomach. Acid irritates the epithelia, but it is columnar epithelia that will withhold it. But in some persons, due to reflux, that is our question, GERD. Due to reflux, again, due to reflux, this epithelia will get irritated. This epithelia will get irritated and lower esophagus epithelia is replaced by columnar. So squamous got converted into columnar. This is known as metaplasia. The disease is known as Barrett esophagus and the cause of Barrett esophagus is GERD. GERD, that is reflux. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. So squamous is getting converted into columnar. So in the image also we can see here, this is squamous. It is getting converted into columnar. I am saying this is the biopsy of esophagus. Now it should contain only squamous. Why it is having columnar? Why it is having columnar at all? Columnar is not normally present in esophagus. If you see columnar glandular lining in esophagus, it is metaplasia, it is Barrett esophagus. Give me a thumbs up. Now you got it? Everyone give me a thumbs up now. Have you got it? Coming on the next question. Next question. This is the image in front of you. Okay, I will read the question. The question has some clues. So a 54-year-old male treated for pulmonary abscess. He was having abscess in the lung, pulmonary abscess. He received antibiotic for 17 days. Which antibiotic? Nafluxin, that's the penicillin, neficillin, clindamycin and gentamicin. Aminoglycoside, clindamycin and penicillin. He received 3 antibiotics for 17 days. After 70 days, he has sudden abdominal pain, severe abdominal pain and diarrhea and fever. So the patient is dead. We have taken the autopsy. In the autopsy, this is the colon. This is the colon. So क्या हुआ होगा patient को? Patient was already on the antibiotics since last 17 days. This is the colon. What you can see in the colon? What is the diagnosis? What is the diagnosis? Mark your diagnosis. Mark your diagnosis. The options are in front of you. Is it ulcerative colitis? Is it pseudomembranous colitis? Or is it ischemic bowel disease? It is Crohn's disease. It is amoebiasis. Suddenly, what has happened to the patient? Most of you are right. Point, Manjush and Saifuddin. You are first to answer it correctly. First, the correct answer here is B. Correlate with the history also. Now, patient was already on antibiotics since last 17 days for some other cause. So patient was having some infection in the body, wherever, whether pulmonary, meningeal, whatever. So patient was on antibiotics since last 17 days. On antibiotic, he developed a disease. So he developed pseudomembranous colitis. It typically occurs in patients who take antibiotic course for a longer duration. Patient was on antibiotics since last 17 days. So what is this disease? Can you see the colon here? The colon is showing a membrane. Can you see the colon? The colon is showing a membrane. It is not a real membrane. It is a pseudo membrane, a yellowish greenish membrane. That's why it is known as pseudomembranous colitis. Image is also typical. You will receive an image of colon having a membrane on it, a yellow-green membrane on it. That is a pseudomembrane. So what is actually happening here? You know, human colon contains good bacteria. The name of the good bacteria is commensal bacteria. So we all have them in our colon. So commensal bacteria are present in all our commensal bacteria are present in colons of all normal healthy human beings. If I take antibiotic for some other reason, I'm taking antibiotic, I'm having some, the person is having some disease. Just suppose our patient is having pulmonary abscess. He was taking antibiotic for a longer duration. So that antibiotic will kill that pathogen. जिसके लिए भी हम antibiotic ले रहे हैं, वो तो मरेगा ही मरेगा. But these commensal bacteria in the intestine will also die because of longer antibiotic course. So what will happen? Actually, why these are good bacteria? Why they are commensal? They keep a check on bad bacteria. Bad bacteria is Clostridium difficile. They keep a check. They inhibit Clostridium difficile to proliferate, and they inhibit the growth of bad bacteria, that is Clostridium difficile. Now, good bacteria is dead because of antibiotics. So Clostridium difficile proliferates. Clostridium difficile will proliferate. It will secrete toxin, and toxin will cause the destruction, necrosis of the intestine. It will form a membrane known as pseudomembrane. The disease is known as pseudomembranous colitis. Give me a thumbs up. Fast. I know I am fast, but I have to be. Otherwise how I will complete 100 images today. So that is the thing. Have you got it? So the history is suiting. In any question, if you receive an information patient is on antibiotic for a longer duration and patient is having abdominal pain, it is pseudomembranous colitis. Pseudomembranous colitis, also known as antibiotic associated colitis, also known as Clostridium difficile colitis, one and the same thing. So why it is happening? It is due to normal bacteria are disturbed and Clostridium difficile proliferate. Normal are decreasing. Clostridium difficile is increasing. It is producing toxin, which is causing mucosal damage in the colon and producing the membrane. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. So patient will have diarrhea, abdominal pain, fever, everything. Now, which antibiotics will cause it? All antibiotics can cause it, especially fluoroquinolones, penicillins, clindamycin, cephalosporin. So our patient was on clindamycin. He was on penicillin. So it is suiting the scenario again. Done. So any antibiotic can cause, but especially these. But although any can cause. अगर ये नहीं कोई, what is the treatment? ये तो खुद antibiotic से हो रहा है. It is suffering because of antibiotic. What treatment you will offer to the patient? You will offer metronidazole and vancomycin are the drug of choice. Metronidazole and vancomycin. Learn it. Metronidazole and vancomycin are the drugs given here. Give supported therapy, give ORS, give water fluid replacement, and after that give metronidazole and vancomycin. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. If nothing works, you have to do the surgery and take the colon out. It is an emergency. Patient may necrosis hota ja raha hai colon ka. Give me a thumbs up. Should I come to the next question? Should I come to the next question in GIT? So next question is in front of you. Okay, I will read the question. 19-year-old male for a routine checkup. He is not having any problem. Physical examination shows stool has blood, occult blood, which is not visible with naked eyes. But on stool examination, he is having blood and stool, and he is absolutely healthy. He is routine checkup. He is not having any problem. So colonoscopy was performed. Why a young male should have blood in the stools? What is the reason? Colonoscopy, we see 100 lesions like this. One of the lesion is this. So 100 of lesions like this. What is the diagnosis? What is the diagnosis? You understood the scenario? Patient is healthy. Patient is not having any complaint. Occult blood in the stool. Colonoscopy shows 100 of polyp. One of the polyp is shown. So why you people are incorrect? Most of you are incorrect. I don't know. The correct answer here is familial polyposis coli. No? The correct answer, Safuddin Point and Dr. Gaurav are first to answer it correctly. So this scenario, you can see a polyp in the colon. Can you see a polyp? So any polyp, it is not single polyp, it is more than 100 polyps are present in the colon. So entire colon of a young boy filled with polyps and the boy is asymptomatic. It is familial polyposis coli. It is familial polyposis coli. So why you people have, it is not hereditary non-polyposis colonic carcinoma. Most of you are marked as A as the correct answer. No, it is not carcinoma yet. If it is carcinoma, patients should be symptomatic now. कार्सिनोमा होगा तो विजिबल ब्लड होगा, पेशेंट में वेट लॉस होगा, पेन होगा एंड लॉस ऑफ एपेटाइट होगा, ये सब चीजें होंगी. पेशेंट इज एसिम्प्टोमेटिक, सो इट कैन नॉट बी कार्सिनोमा. It is familial polyposis coli, yet it will get converted into carcinoma if not treated. So that is the thing. So D is the correct answer, not A. Don't get confused. Have you got it? Give me a thumbs up those who have marked A. Have you got it? Why A is incorrect? It is not hyperplastic polyp होगा तो एक होगा. It is multiple, 100. So it is not hyperplastic polyp. It is not ulcerative colitis. ischemic colitis में polyp होते ही नहीं है. Pseudo polyps होते हैं. So it is a polyp. Most of the colon is filled. So correct answer here is familial adenosis polyposis. It is the autosomal dominant condition in which entire colon is flooded with polyps. Entire colon is flooded with polyp. If you zoom it out, you can see only polyps. Entire colon filled with polyps, multiple polyps, as small as 0.5 centimeter, as large as 4 centimeters. So smallest polyp, largest polyp. So it is due to mutation in a gene. So name the gene. The name of the gene is APC. Name of the gene. It is present on chromosome 5. Learn it. MCQ में ये भी पूछ सकते हैं. ये डायग्राम दे दिया है, पूछेंगे what is the gene mutated. इस डायग्राम में it is typical spotter. Even a blind person can see the entire colon is studded with polyp. So the diagnosis is FAP. Gene mutated is APC. APC is present on chromosome 5. MCQ can come on any point with this image. Diagnosis भी पूछ सकते हैं, gene भी पूछ सकते हैं, chromosome भी पूछ सकते हैं. Give me a thumbs up. Image यही रहेगी. Image is same. Either gross image और माइक्रोस्कोपिक इमेज. कोई भी इमेज दे सकते हैं. मैं ये इमेज देके भी सेम क्वेश्चन पूछ सकती हूँ और ये इमेज देके भी सेम क्वेश्चन पूछ सकती हूँ. So image can be gross, image can be microscopic, questions can be multiple. What is the diagnosis? Diagnosis is FAP. What is the gene mutated? It is APC. On which chromosome it is present? It is chromosome number 5. Give me a thumbs up. So more than 100 polyps are present. You can't even count how many. They are more than thousands. So entire colon is studded with polyps. Have you got it? Have you got it? It is due to mutation in the gene. I have told you. So 100 to 1000 polyps are present. Patient may have anemia because of occult bleeding constantly हो रहा है. Constantly weight loss होगा और आगे चल के metastasis and carcinoma होगा. It will get converted into colorectal carcinoma if not corrected. So what is the treatment? Treatment is the surgery. Although the patient is asymptomatic, we have to take entire colon out of the body. Entire colon. Otherwise, if we leave it there only, it will get converted into malignancy and nothing can happen now. Nothing can happen if once malignancy occurs. It is not malignant yet. These are pre-malignant. These all are pre-malignant. So before converting them to malignancy, take them out. So they are present in entire colon. It is not one, it is 100. So I have to take proctoscopy. So proctoscopy and proctocolectomy. So complete colon out. Complete colon out. So it is a big surgery. So it is very difficult to consult such patient. Patient is a young boy, 19-year-old male. So usually it is diagnosed in young. Patient is unmarried. He is young. और आप उसको बोल रहे हो पूरा colon निकलवा दो. तुम्हें symptom नहीं है फिर भी निकलवा दो क्योंकि आगे चल के कैंसर होगा. So that is the thing. It is a big deal to deal such cases practically. Have you understood what is the practical problem here? So you have to consult the patient. If you don't get the surgery, it will get converted into cancer. It can be stage 4 cancer also, and you can die of it. So better to go with surgery prophylactically. So prophylactic surgery is colectomy only. There is no other medicine. You have to take your colon. You have to take. Now taking colon out is a big thing. No, you can't even understand. Imagine what is the lifestyle पूरा उसका change हो जाएगा. Colon out है तो he can't defecate. So he has to use a bag. So a stoma has to be created, and he has always carry a bag for the feces with him. So entire life is spoiled. So it is a big thing. So okay, anyways. So practical things apart. So what are the genes mutated? The first gene which is mutated is APC, followed by KRAS, followed by P53, followed by SMAD. So these are the 4 genes mutated, and it is a complete sequence. So when APC is mutated, adenoma is formed. Then KRAS is mutated, adenoma will become big. P53 mutated, adenoma become more big. And when SMAD is mutated, it will become cancer. Give me a thumbs up, learn the sequence. Question can be asked on sequence also. So APC followed by KRAS, followed by P53, followed by SMAD. Learn the location. कौन से chromosome पे हैं, learn their number. Now same image question can be 100. So on this image, I can create 100 questions. Same image. Make the diagnosis. Image का purpose ये है कि diagnosis बन जाए. Diagnosis is FAP. Now FAP पे कोई भी question बनाओ मेरी मर्जी ना. It is my wish. FAP कोई भी I can create any question on FAP. I can create more than 100 questions on FAP. Image will remain same. So the purpose of the image to make the diagnosis done. Now image can be gross like this. Image can be microscopic like this. Done. Now should I proceed to the next question? Here the answer is E. So you should take the approach. How I am approaching the question. So this is the next question. See, a female is there. Female is a clue here. 48-year-old female is there having sharp abdominal pain. Typical sharp, high abdominal pain. On examination, she is having tenderness on right upper quadrant, RUQ, right upper quadrant में. So which organs? You know the eight divisions of the abdomen, no? 9 divisions of the abdomen. So in the 9 divisions of the abdomen, I'm asking about right upper quadrant. What is present here? Right upper quadrant. Which organ is present? She is having pain there. She is having sharp pain. So laparoscopic surgery is done, and this is the organ removed, and this is the pathology. So tell me the risk factor for this pathology. So first identify organ, then identify disease pathology in it, then tell me the risk factor for that disease. That is your that is your answer. So okay, you can go. So mark it. What is the correct answer? Make the diagnosis first, now. What is the organ? Of course, the organ is gallbladder. Most of you, I hope you have identified it. It is a gallbladder. It is a gallbladder. What is the diagnosis? Gallbladder contains stones. Now, color of stones is important. Gallbladder. The disease is cholelithiasis. Chole means gallstone. Lithiasis means gallbladder means stone. Lithiasis means stone. So the disease is cholelithiasis. Stones are of two types: yellow and black. Yellow stones are cholesterol stones. Black stones are pigment stones. Risk factor for both of them is different. Here in the diagram, I can see yellow stones. It is cholesterol stones. So the risk factor is obesity. If instead of yellow it is black, now same diagram, only stone ka color is black. Only stone ka color is black. My answer will become hemolytic anemia. So I will change my answer if I change the image little bit. Same image, सिर्फ color of stone मैं change कर दूँ. Yellow से black कर दूँ या brown कर दूँ. So black or brown will be the pigment stone. So here the correct answer is B. Saifuddin, Safita, and Nivedha are first to answer it correctly. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. So it is a gallstone. You can see. So the answer here is obesity. Gallstones are there. See, gallbladder is full of stones. It is a bag. It is full of stones. It is of two types: cholesterol and pigment. Cholesterol and pigment. So cholesterol are yellow color, and these are the risk factor for cholesterol. So in cholesterol, you can see obesity is a risk factor. Which was our answer? Obesity, old age, female. Our female was there. Pregnancy is a risk factor. So these are the risk factor for cholesterol. This is, see this back. Instead of yellow, the stones are black in color. So it is pigment stone. Here, hemolytic anemia is the risk factor. Because of hemolytic anemia, I have told you, na, sickle cell anemia. So crisis. So all the RBC will rupture. So hemoglobin will come out. Hemoglobin se banega heme, or heme banayega ye stones. The stones are made up of heme. So in sickle cell anemia, hereditary spherocytosis, in hemolysis, in all hemolytic anemias it is seen. So hemolytic anemias is the risk factor for pigment stone. So two types of stones. Two types, and in any stone, Murphy sign is there. You know what is Murphy sign? So you are at a right upper quadrant. You are pressing your fingers and asking the patient to inspire. As soon as the patient will do the inspiration, he will have severe pain there because gallbladder is touching your fingers. So that is Murphy sign. You know inhalation is a deep pain. Murphy sign is associated. Give me a thumbs up. So I'm done with this question. Coming on the next question. Next question is in front of you. Read the question. See the image only. Compare it with normal. What is the answer here? Okay. Okay. So what can you see? It is an image of the small intestine. In the small intestine, this is normal. This is normal. You can see the villi here. Please appreciate villi. Villi normally. Villi normally. And here see, villi got flattened. So flattening of villi is seen in. Flattening. Typical question. Question पढ़ने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. I can see in the image. Now this image suits for two diagnoses. This image, flattening of the villi. Can you see villi normally? This is normal. Villi are there. Crypts and villi are there normally. But if they flattened, there are two diseases in which they flattened. There are two diseases. What is the name of those diseases? One is tropical sprue. Another is celiac sprue. Celiac sprue, also known as non-tropical sprue. In both of them, only one finding is common: flattening of the villi. Since the villi in the intestine got flattened, absorption in the intestine do not take place. So both of them are malabsorption syndrome. Malabsorption syndrome. Listen, both of them are malabsorption syndrome. Give me a thumbs up if you got it. So in the options, I can see only non-tropical sprue. So this question is easy. Answer here is D. If the question contains tropical sprue also, tropical, non-tropical, दोनों sprue है. Non-tropical means celiac sprue. Then you will get confused. Then you will, तो फिर मुझे question पढ़ना पड़ेगा कि फिर किसकी तरफ जाएंगे. So what is the thing here? You have to understand there are two sprue: tropical sprue and celiac sprue or non-tropical sprue. One and the same thing. So what is the problem here? Here the problem is infection, bacterial infection, Klebsiella, E. coli, Klebstobacter, Enterobacter. These are the bacteria which are causing flattening of the villi. Here the problem is allergy. Here, you know, we eat wheat, roti, chapati. It contains wheat. It is made up of wheat. Wheat contains a protein known as gluten. Gluten contains a molecule known as gliadin. Gliadin. So wheat contains gluten. Gluten contains gliadin. Body forms antibodies against this gliadin. It is an autoantibody. It's an autoantibody. So these autoantibodies against gliadin, these are causing the flattening of the villi. So here flattening is done by bacteria. Here flattening is done by autoantibodies against gliadin. So here the treatment is antibiotic. Here you will offer antibiotic to the patient. So bacteria will be killed. So the flattening will again, villi will come. Villi will come, the flattening will be over. Have you got it? What treatment you will offer here in celiac 2? You will not offer antibiotic here because it is not due to antibiotic. What treatment? It is due to autoantibodies. So what you will offer? You will offer diet change, wheat-free diet, gluten-free diet, gluten-free or wheat-free, gluten-free diet. So you ask the patient, don't eat gluten forever till your death. You can't eat gluten. So whatever things, especially wheat contains, other things also contain. So you don't eat that. You don't eat that. So your body will not synthesize autoantibodies against it. So the flattening है वो वापस normal हो जाएगा. Give me a thumbs up if you got the two types of malabsorption syndrome. So what are the two types? In both of them, biopsy is same. That is the clinch in the question. So biopsy is same in both of them. It is flattening. It is flattening. What are the name of these antibodies which are formed? These are known as anti-gluten antibodies or anti-transaminase antibodies. Two type of antibodies are formed. I will tell you the names. So that is the thing. In our question, what is given? Let me tell you in our question. Let me read which one among them is this. So patient is having diarrhea. Patient is having weight loss because whatever he is eating, it is not absorbing. Weight loss of 5 kg. On examination, no abnormal findings. These dilute absorption test is low. So malabsorption is there. Malabsorption is there. Patient is having two antibodies. Anti-endomysial antibody and anti-transglutaminase antibody. So patient is having antibodies which is celiac screw. It is not tropical screw. And biopsy is this. So biopsy तो दोनों का ऐसा ही होगा. लेकिन चूंकि antibodies हैं, so my answer is celiac screw. Yes, Dr. Gaurav, you are right. Apart from wheat, it is barley and rye and oats. Barley, right? So bro is the mnemonic. BROW. So wheat, barley, rye, oat, all of them contains gluten. But in India, we use only wheat and oats. Barley and rye, I have not seen in India especially. It is seen in other countries also. But barley and rye, we don't use here as a staple food. But yeah, all these things contain gluten. So patient have to skip all these foods, especially wheat. You know, so that is the staple food of North India. No? Roti is made up of wheat only in North India. Yes. So that is the thing. So you have to consult the patient. You can't use wheat. You have to use other thing for the diet. So that is the thing. Have you got it? So there are two types of screw. So tropical screw, it is due to infection. Can you see the name of the bacteria? Klebsiella, Enterobacter, E. coli. So treatment is antibiotic. You have to do. There is flattening of the villi and treatment is antibiotic. Treatment is antibiotic. Antibiotic and celiac screw, it will form autoantibodies. See, patient is eating wheat. Wheat contains gluten. Gluten will form gliadin. Gliadin will go inside. It will stimulate B cell. B cell will form plasma cell. Plasma cell are forming antibodies. And these antibodies are causing flattening of the villi. Give me a thumbs up. So here treatment is change the diet. Change the diet. So treatment is, here it is written. You can see lifelong gluten-free diet. That is the treatment. Everyone give me a thumbs up. Should I come to the next question? Okay, this is the next question in front of you. This is the next question. Very easy, very easy. Look at the image, see the options, and tell me the correct answer. Make the diagnosis. Not typical blind person can also tell what is the diagnosis here. It is a very simple question. What is the diagnosis? The liver is showing multiple nodules. The nodules are small, less than 2 millimeter. Multiple, studded with nodules. Now you tell me the diagnosis. What is the diagnosis? I'm launching the poll. I'm launching the poll. What is the diagnosis? It is a diagram of liver. Liver is studded with nodules. And nodules are small. They are small. They are not big. So it is micronodular cirrhosis. So cirrhosis is there. Cirrhosis is there. I can see the cirrhosis. The cirrhosis, there are two types of cirrhosis, micro and macro. So it is micronodular cirrhosis. Micronodular cirrhosis, the most common cause is alcoholism. So correct answer here is C. Karthik Point and Manjusha are first to answer it correctly. So the correct answer here is C. Done. It is not hepatitis. Hepatitis में liver में ऐसा क्यों होगा? It is not adenocarcinoma. Adenocarcinoma में होगा तो one बड़ा सा lesion होगा. It is not multiple small. It is not OCP. It is not alpha LT1 deficiency वाला cirrhosis. because alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency cirrhosis will be macronodular. Here it is micronodular. Give me a thumbs up. So 45-year-old male is there having dyspnea, spike, and streptococcus pneumonia infection. You know, cirrhotic patients are more susceptible of lung infections. You know it. So it is tooting here. And patient AST is raised, ALT is raised, and gross appearance is given to you. Typical, it is cirrhosis. Typical, it is an image of cirrhosis. You see multiple. It is known as hobnail appearance. The sole of a foot. You know, that is the thing. So two type of cirrhosis are there, micro and macro. The cutoff is 3 millimeter. 3 millimeter. If the nodules are less than 3 millimeter, that is in our case, it is known as micronodular. If they are more than 3 millimeter, it is known as macronodular. So you should know which of them are micronodular and which of them are macronodular. You should know them. So alcoholic in early stages, it is micronodular. So you should go for alcoholic. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. So I'm done with GIT also. Coming on the next system, renal system. You want renal system or you want respiratory system first? Which system you want first? Because and breast I am having, renal I am having, respi I am having, breast I am having, CNS I am having, MGT, FGT I am having. So any system, Vikram is saying any system. So you want renal only, Tariq. Okay, listen, I will go with line only. So renal आएगा, फिर respi आएगा, फिर breast आएगा, फिर CNS आएगा, फिर MGT आएगा, फिर FGT आएगा, फिर general pathology आएगा. So it is a big thing now. अभी तक हमारे almost 60-65 MCQs हुए हैं 100 में से. अभी और 30-35 बाकी हैं, but time is limited. Let me see हम लोग कितना कर पाते हैं next half hour में. Anyways, I will be fast. I'm coming on renal system. The first question is in front of you. First question is in front of you. Read the question, mark the correct answer. Okay, there are 4 options. Read the question, mark the correct answer. So take the clues from the question. 3-year-old child is there. So child is there. Renal mass. Biopsy is given. Most common cause of renal mass in a child. Most common tumor, renal tumor in child. It is Wilms tumor. And diagram is also matching. You should not go only with the theory. Diagram bhi match karna chahiye. Wilms tumor is the correct answer. Savita Point and Dr. Tariq are first to answer it correctly. It is a triphasic tumor. Can you see? It is a triphasic. What are the three phases? Wilms tumor is a triphasic tumor. In triphasic tumor, you see blast, you see blastic component, you see epithelial component, you see mesenchymal component. I will show you all 3 components. Can you see this nest of blue cells? These are blast. These all are blast. Can you see the glands? This is epithelial component. Circular glands with a lumen. This is epithelial component. And can you see the background? Can you see the background? Fibrinous background. This is mesenchymal component. So try to see the 3 colors marked by me. The 3 colors marked by me. That is triphasic tumor. Everyone, blastomal, epithelial, and mesenchymal. You should know the meaning. Okay, theory to sabko pata hai. तीनों component कहाँ पे दिख रहे हैं? Can you see the 3 components in the image? Yes, you can see. So it is nothing else than Wilms tumor. Done. Should I move to the next question? Okay, Wilms tumor, grossly how it looks? The entire kidney is replaced by the tumor. This is the entire kidney. I can't see normal kidney. Normal kidney is pushed at the periphery. Normal native kidney is pushed at the periphery, and this is entire tumor. And microscopically, I can see triphasic. You can see blast, you can see epithelial component in the form of the glands, and the background is showing mesenchymal component. Give me a thumbs up. That is triphasic. Next question. Next question. Based on the same concept. 5-year-old child is there. Again, a child having abdominal pain. Physical examination, a mass is there in the abdomen. CT is showing a mass in the left kidney. So this is the left kidney. Tell me which mass it is. There are 5 options. What is correct? You tell me which mass it is. So child is there having left renal mass. Child with renal mass with this gross image. In the last question, microscopic image was given. In this question, gross image is given. The answer is same. It is Wilms tumor. So Nivida, Khushi, and Tariq are first to answer it correctly. So it is Wilms tumor. It is matching with the scenario also. The tumor is replacing the entire kidney. The entire kidney. Normal kidney I can see here. I can see here. I can see here. So normal kidney is pushed at the periphery. So question, again, the answer is Wilms tumor. So this is the question on gross and this is the question on microscopy. The answer in both of them is Wilms tumor. Question is same. In both of them, 3-year-old child is there with a renal mass. So question is same. Just I have changed the image. In one question, I have put microscopic image. In the next question, I have put the gross image. Answer is same, Wilms tumor. Given? Done? Should I proceed? Coming on the next question. This is the next question in front of you. Look at the image and mark the answer. Look at the image. 81-year-old male with chronic renal failure. The glomerulus is showing hyalinization. Diagram is given to you. Tell me the answer. The glomerulus is showing hyalinization. That is the clue in the question. And you can see the hyalinization here also, here also, here also. So you are seeing multiple portions where there is hyalinization. So what is the answer? It is diabetic glomerulosclerosis. Only two of you have answered it correctly, Tariq and Vikram. So why it is diabetic? What was the clue in the question? The clue in the question is hyalinization. Chronic renal failure तो बहुतों में होगा, but it is the hyalinization, and you can see it in the image also. The pink color acellular material deposited here and there. Okay, at first I will show you, explain you the two type of diabetic glomerulosclerosis. Then I will show you this question again. The correct answer here is A. Listen, in diabetes there are two type of glomerulosclerosis: diffuse and nodular. What do you mean by them? What do you mean by them? Listen, I will try my best. It is difficult, huh? Can you see the two diagrams? The first diagram is diffuse. The second is nodular. In both of them, hyaline will be deposited. Hyaline, that is pink acellular structureless amorphous material will be deposited. But where? Where? The location in both of them is different. If it is diffuse, everywhere it is diffuse. And if it is nodule, in the form of specific nodules, it is nodular. I will show you. Okay, I will show you with red color. In diffuse one, it is deposited at three places. Number one, in the mesangium. See, pink color here, pink material here, hyaline here. Number two, at the capillary cap, in the form of the cap at the head of the capillaries. See, it is known as hyaline cap. Number two, at the capillary head. Number one, mesangium, capillary head. And number three, it is present in the parietal Bowman's capsule. Can you see in the Bowman's capsule, this one, this one, this one? It is known as capsular drop. So capsular drop is there, fibrin cap is there, and mesangial matrix is there. At three places it is deposited. So it is known as diffuse. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. It is more common. It is more common. Out of the two, remember, it is more common. The second one, hyaline, is deposited, but in the form of the nodules. Not everywhere. In the form of the circular nodules. In the form of the circular nodules. It is known as nodular. It is more specific. Now read your question, whether more common is asked or more specific is asked. There is a special name given to the second one. This nodular glomerulosclerosis, also known as KW kidney. Kimmelston-Wilson kidney. So again, very important for MCQs. So that is the gist. That is the crux I have told you. Crux is in front of you. So मैं ज़्यादा time waste नहीं करूँगी. Crux में important बता दूँगी. So any image can come. Now see your diagram. Here I can see pink acellular material, which I will mark with yellow color. I can see pink acellular material in the Bowman's capsule. I can see it in the mesangium. I can see it at the top of the capillary. So it is diffuse one, and it is diffuse diabetic glomerulosclerosis. Give me a thumbs up. Patient is having hyalinization in the mesangium. It is diffuse one. Have you got it? Have you got it? So this is the summary. It is of two types: diffuse, nodular. Nodular also known as KW kidney. Give me a thumbs up, everyone. I want thumbs up from everyone. If I'm asking for something, you have to notify that you got it. Next question is radiological image. Now IBQs are of three types, you know. So in your IBQ, you will get an image, of course. The image can be a gross image, it can be a microscopic image, or it can be a radiological image. In radiology, you will get X-rays, you will get CT scans, you will get MRI scans, you will get angiography scans. In microscopy, you will get H&E usually, or some special stain. In gross, you will get the gross. So based on that, you have to make the diagnosis of your disease, and based on that disease, you have to read the options and tell me what is the correct answer among them. So my advice to you, if you are just approaching your exam, it's okay. There is no time the next month and after 2-3 months. But if you are a first prof, second prof student, from now onwards, you make a habit whenever you study any disease. So you will see 3 images of it before coming to the next topic. So whenever you read the theory of any disease in your entire 5-year curriculum, 4.5-year curriculum, any disease, you will see the gross of it, you will see the microscopic image of it, and you will see the radiology of it. So you will be better prepared for your IBQs from the first year of your preparation, first year of your MBBS. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. But if you are an intern now, there is no time. So just do my notes. That is more than sufficient for you. But for the juniors, I am telling. See image of all diseases, 3 images. So some diseases gross is typical, in some microscopy is typical, in some radiology is typical. So you should know everything. So looking at the image, you should make the diagnosis. Now one day you will all become doctor, of course. You will get your certificates, you will get your degrees, you will practice, of course. So either you become a surgeon. So if you become a surgeon, you will take the disease out. You take the organ out, disease out. So looking at the gross, you should identify what it is if you are a surgeon. If you become a pathologist, looking at the microscopy, you will tell what is the disease. So gross is only a andaza, the confirmatory set on microscopy. And if you become a radiologist, looking on this X-ray, CT and MRI, you will make the diagnosis. So ultimately, in your future also, you have to make your diagnosis. Ultimately, you are going to become doctor. So the main thing is you have to make diagnosis. Diagnosis is based on 3 images, either gross or microscopy or radiology. Done. So the 3 images, 3 images. I am a pathologist. I like microscopy very much, very much. I like microscopic images, and that is static. You know, radiology and gross both will tell you probable cause. Microscopy will tell you exact cause, because in microscopic image you exactly see the cell देख के तुम बताओगे उसके अंदर क्या प्रॉब्लम है. Radiology में black and white you will see, you will say probably it is looking like this, but confirm it on histopathology. Grossly you will say probably it is looking like this, but confirm it on histopathology. So ultimately confirmatory is histopathology. Done. So that is the thing. That's why I like histopathology very much. That is the crux. That is the apex. You know, that will tell the static diagnosis. This is the diagnosis, treat the patient. That is the thing. So this is the thing. So this is a question based on radiological image. So in the image, you can see a CT scan. Okay, read the question, understand the image, then tell me the answer. A 60-year-old male is there having hypertension and abdominal pain and hematuria. So 3 problems. Patient is hypertensive, patient is having abdominal pain, and patient is having hematuria. Urine में blood and urine. His CT, his creatinine is elevated, BUN is elevated. So something is problem with the kidney. Why creatinine is elevated? Why BUN is elevated? Why blood and urine? Why abdominal pain? So kidney. So see the red mark in the image. I will zoom the image. You tell me the diagnosis. I'm zooming the image. So you can see the 2 kidneys. This is one kidney. This is another kidney. See the surface of the kidney. The surface of the kidney, of both kidney, not only one, this kidney also. See the surface. So there is some problem with both kidneys. Both kidneys. What else you can see? Understand how to read MR, how to read CT scan. This is vertebral body. Can you see? This is vertebra. This is vertebra. These are the psoas muscles, vertebral muscles, psoas muscles, vertebral muscles around the vertebra. You should understand it. And you know, this is the right side, this is the left side. It is written also. And imagine patient is lying down in front of you. You are looking, patient is on CT scan machine, and you are looking the patient from the foot end. From the foot end, I am looking the patient is in front of me, lying down position. So this is right of the patient, this is left of the patient. So right side, this is IVC. This one is IVC. Left side, this is aorta. This is aorta, this is IVC. Have you got it? And these all are bowel loops. These all are bowel loops. Multiple bowel loops I can see here and there, black and white, black and white. I have given the contrast to the patient. What is the problem in this CT scan? What is the problem? What is the problem? Patient is having bilateral kidneys are enlarged. See the size of the kidney. They are enlarged than normal. If you compare it with normal, both the kidneys are enlarged. And multiple cysts on the surface of both kidneys. Can you see multiple cysts? Multiple cysts in both kidneys in an adult. See the age of the patient. The age of the patient is 60-year-old. So my diagnosis is polycystic kidney disease. It is of 2 types, autosomal dominant and autosomal recessive. Since my patient is adult, my answer is autosomal dominant. In the same image, in the same question, if I change the age to 6 months, 60 years ki jagah 6 months kar दूं, same image, same everything, my answer will become autosomal recessive PKD, autosomal recessive polycystic kidney disease. So autosomal recessive occurs in infants and autosomal dominant occurs in adults. In both of them, the entire kidney gets converted. Just a second, I will show you. Entire kidney got converted into multiple cysts. I'm sorry, just a second. Entire kidney got converted into multiple cysts. Can you see the multiple cysts here? Multiple cysts here. Entire kidney got converted. Here the cysts are circular. Here the cysts are cylindrical, elongated. It is adult wala, it is infantile wala. It is autosomal dominant, it is autosomal recessive. Both of them are polycystic kidney disease, ADPKD, ARPKD. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. So these are the 2 polycystic kidney disease you can see. Can you see the 2 kidneys here? So these are cystic. So that was the problem here. That was the problem here. That was the problem. See this image. Again, tell me the answer. Same question, but instead of radiological image, now I have given a gross image. So read the question again. 60-year-old male having a worsening of renal failure since last 10 years, and now the patient is on dialysis. Both the kidneys are enlarged. One of the kidneys shown to you. So both the kidneys are enlarged, and this kidney is showing multiple cysts of varying size, small cysts, large cysts, cystic cysts. So it is autosomal dominant PKD. So answer here is D. So question can be on radiological image, question can be on gross image. Same question, if I change the image, answer is that. And if I change the age, If I change the age, the answer will be different. Have you got it? Have you got it? And you should know the name of the genes also which got mutated, which leads to this PKD. Why it is there? What is the name of the gene which got mutated? So here in adults, there are two genes. And in infants, there is only one gene. What's the name of the gene? Here the name of the gene is PKD1 gene and PKD2 gene. Here the name of the gene is PHKD gene. Only one gene. Name the chromosome on which these genes are present. You have to name the chromosome. Chromosome 16, chromosome 4, chromosome 6. It is present on chromosome 16. It is 4. It is 6. Learn it. So that gene is mutated and causing the conversion of the entire kidney into cyst. Give me a thumbs up. I told you the crux. Now question can be on the image radiological. Question can be on the image gross. Question can be on the diagnosis. It is ADPKD or ARPKD depending on the age. Question can be on the gene. Question can be on the chromosome. I can frame 10 questions on this image. I can frame 10 questions on this image. If you make the diagnosis, you can answer any question. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. So coming on the next question. Coming on the next question. Okay. So this is the next question in front of you. Read the question first. Then I will launch the poll. Read the question first. You can see, okay, I will show you the image separately also. Just a second. Give me 1 second. First read the question, then I will show you the image separately. So you can see the image. There is a 54-year-old female is there. She is complaining of left side back pain. She is having left side back pain. She is having hematuria, blood in urine, and a mass in the left side of the abdomen. You have done a chest x-ray, not abdominal CT. You have done a chest x-ray. In the chest x-ray, both the lungs of the female is having multiple opacities. Multiple. What is there in the lung, I don't know. But she is having abdominal pain also. And she is having hematuria also. So female is there having abdominal pain, left-sided, having hematuria. We have done a chest x-ray. On chest x-ray, both the lungs are showing multiple opacities. We have biopsied the lung. This is the lung biopsy. This is the lung biopsy. We have biopsied the lung. What it is. What it is. What it is. Now read the option. What it is. Read the option. Is it TB in the lung? Is it clear cell carcinoma, which is metastatic from the renal, from the kidney? So main problem is in the kidney. That is clear cell carcinoma in the kidney, which is metastatic in the lung. Or is it some other tumor which is giving rise to bone metastasis? Or is it squamous cell carcinoma of the lung origin? So what is it? What is it? Look at the image. So yes, most of you are right. Manjusha, Krushi and Vikram are first to answer it correctly. What you can see in the image. Manjusha, what you can see? You are first to answer. Tell me what you can see in the image. So what is the hallmark of this image? You can see tumor cells. It is full of tumor cells. All the tumor cells, let me zoom it out. They have clear cytoplasm. Let me mark few tumor cells for you people. You can see tumor cells with clear white cytoplasm. So this tumor is known as clear cell carcinoma of the kidney. Clear cell is known as clear cell because cytoplasm is clear. Why cytoplasm is clear? Because it contains abundant of glycogen in the cytoplasm. Glycogen do not take the stain. That's why cytoplasm is appearing clear to us. So it is known as clear cell carcinoma of the kidney and it is metastasizing to lung. That's why lung biopsy is showing kidney tumor. Lung mein hame kidney ka tumor mila hai because it is metastasis to the lung. Give me a thumbs up. So correct answer here is B. The biopsy of the lung is showing tumor with clear cell. Probably it is metastatic RCC. Metastatic clear cell carcinoma from the renal origin. Have you got it? So that is the thing here. Have you got it? So on this image, many questions can be framed. One, what is the diagnosis? It is RCC. Why it is metastasizing? It is metastasizing to the lung. Why it is clear? Because the cytoplasm contains excessive of glycogen. Have you got it? Have you got it? How many RCCs you know? This time question clear cell pe hai. Maybe अगले साल question papillary पे आ जाए. अगले साल question chromosome पे आ जाए. Collecting that पे आ जाए. There are 4 RCCs. There are 4. I will show you image of all 4. So clear cell तो देख ही लिया आप लोगों ने. The cells are clear. The cells are clear. That's why known as clear cell. Clear cell में clear क्यों है? Excess of glycogen. Remember, this is papillary. See the arrangement of tumor cells here. The arrangement of the tumor cells is papillary here. It is papillary. Papillary. It is papillary. That's why known as papillary. See chromophore. In chromophore, the hallmark is there. Tumor cells have a perinuclear halo. Can you see a tumor cell? Let me zoom it out. Let me zoom it out. See any tumor cell. This is a tumor cell. This is the nucleus of the cell. Around the nucleus, see a halo. So this is a tumor cell. This is the nucleus of the tumor cell. And this is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is not clear. It is filled. But around the nucleus, there is a clarity. So this is known as perinuclear halo, which is the hallmark of chromophore. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. And collecting duct is not important. So you should know image of clear cell. You should know clear cell में clear cell दिखेंगे, papillary में papillary projections दिखेंगे, chromophobe में perinuclear halo दिखेगा. So identifying the image is important. Have you got it? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Radiology of all of them will be same. A mass will be seen in the kidney. Radiology सबकी same होगी. Gross सबका same होगा. There will be tumor at the pole of the kidney. Gross सबका same होगा. Microscopy सबकी अलग है. So microscopy is the image-based diagnosis. So based on microscopy, you give static diagnosis. Radiology पे तो radiologist बोलेगा it is renal cell carcinoma. I don't know which type. Gross पे surgeon बोलेगा it is renal cell carcinoma. I don't know which type. Pathologist will tell you it is which type. Have you got it? So microscopic images are tough to understand. So you should know all images. So among them, most common is clear cell carcinoma. You should know genetics of all of them, mutation of all of them. So many questions are on the mutation. In clear cell carcinoma, it is VHL gene which is present on chromosome number 3 which is mutated. Many times it is repeated, this question. VHL gene is mutated which is present on chromosome number 3 in clear cell carcinoma. In papillary cell carcinoma, it is chromosome number 7, 16 and 17. There is trisomy. Instead of 2, there are 3, 7. Instead of 2, there are 3, 16 or 3, 17. That is trisomy. Or there is translocation X1. Translocation between chromosome X and chromosome 1. X is present in everyone, whether it is male or whether it is female. X is present in everyone. No? So X and 1. That is the thing that you have to learn. And in chromophobe, it is hypoploidy. Triploidy nahi, hypoploidy. Instead of 2 chromosomes, there is 1 chromosome. So multiple chromosomes, either one chromosome, 2, 3, 6, 10, 13, 17, 21 and 5. That is the number of chromosomes. That is hypoploidy. Normal males are diploid. All chromosomes are double. Chromosome number 1, 2 are there. Chromosome number 2, 2 are there. So there is hypoploidy. Learn it. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Again, I have given you the crux. मैं हर चीज का crux दे रही हूँ. Now in this series, you will understand 100 images. 100 images. 100 images you will understand, but more than 500 MCQs you can crack based on these 100 images. So on each image, I am giving you 5 MCQs. Not only single that MCQs. So related jitna मैं सब बता रही हूँ. On same image, another MCQ can also be framed. On the same this series, you will understand 1000 concepts. I am giving you 1000 concepts in these 100 images. In each image, I am giving you 10 concepts. Done. So 100 images, 500 MCQs, 1000 concepts. So it is not a small series, it is a big series. So you will say, ma'am, 100 ही तो पढ़ा रहे हो आप. No, I am teaching you 1000 concepts. So you can crack 1000 MCQs in your exam based on these concepts. Have you got it? So that is the thing. One more thing here, clear cell carcinoma arises from PCT. Papillary arises from DCT. Chromophobe arises from collecting duct. These are the parts of the nephron. Do you know nephron? So nephron has the Bowman's capsule. This is PCT. This is loop of Henle. This is DCT, and this is collecting duct. So clear cell arises from here. Papillary arises from here, and chromophobe arises from here. So arisal is different. Again, important MCQ. Again, crux is there. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Again, give me a thumbs up. Next question is in front of you. We will read the question, solve it. We will read the question, solve it. Age is important. 8-year-old boy is there with fever, with sore throat. जब भी sore throat हो तो दिमाग में कुछ आना चाहिए. Patient is having sore throat, followed by blood in urine, dark urine, followed by and protein in urine and edema. Protein in urine and edema. Electron microscopy is showing subepithelial deposits. Diagnosis. Image is given to you. You can see a glomerulus that is hypercellular. You can see multiple cells. If you zoom it out and see, most of them are neutrophils. Most of the cells are neutrophils. So a hypercellular glomerulus, hyperproliferative, hypercellular glomerulus with neutrophils in the glomerulus with a sore throat history. What is the diagnosis? Typical diagnosis. Typical diagnosis. You all know the correct answer. This is a typical question. Repeated many times. Many times. You all must know. If you don't know, you don't want to sit in the exam. It is that way simple. You all should know it. So most of you are right. Point, Sapuddin and Savita are first to answer it correctly. It is AP. It is acute proliferative glomerulonephritis, APGN. PSGN or APGN. You know what it is? So do you want to know? Those who are wrong, don't worry. I will tell you. See the image. You can see a glomerulus which is hypercellular and hyperproliferative, right? So what is actually happening in APGN or PSGN? पहले तो याद करो एक ही बात है. Acute proliferative glomerulonephritis or post-streptococcal glomerulonephritis is one and the same thing. Most of the students have this confusion. Clear it out. Both of them are synonyms. They are the same thing. What is happening? Imagine a boy. Usually a child, adult can also be there. he is having tonsillitis or skin infection. So this is the bacteria. Bacteria is present either in the tonsils, in the pharynx, or in the skin infection. So this name of bacteria is group A beta streptococcus bacteria. You have to learn the name of the bacteria. So that bacteria is causing either tonsillitis or either causing skin infection. From the tonsil and skin, the bacteria is entering in the blood. So bacteria is going in the blood. Okay, bacteria is going in the blood. From the blood, the bacteria is going in the kidney. This is the kidney. So bacteria is entering in the kidney. From the blood, the bacteria reach the kidney. This is the kidney. Now kidney contains nephron. This is the nephron in the kidney. Kidney contains in the nephron, there is a filtration membrane. You know what is filtration membrane? Basement membrane at the center. This is basement membrane. Endothelium on one side. This is endothelium. And epithelial cells on other side. Podocytes or epithelial cells on other side. So this is endothelium, this is epithelium, and basement membrane in the center. So bacteria which is coming in the kidney, this is the bacteria coming in the kidney, yellow colored. Where it will deposit? It will deposit here on the podocytes. So bacteria got deposited in the podocyte. Listen to the story. So body is forming antibodies against the bacteria. These are the antibodies. So antibody भी पीछे पीछे जाएगी उसके. So पहले bacteria गया. First bacteria will go. It will deposit here. It will deposit here. पीछे पीछे antibody is coming to the bacteria, and antibody will also deposit here. Antibody will also deposit here. So antigen antibody complexes are formed on epithelial side, not on endothelial side. That's why there are sub-epithelial deposits. That's why there are sub-epithelial deposits. Have you got it? So this is the problem. That's why if you look the glomerulus, if you take a biopsy and look at the glomerulus, this is the glomerulus. It is hypercellular because of antigen antibody complexes inside it. Antigen antibody complexes की वजह से it is hypercellular. The disease is known as APGN because it is acute and proliferative hypercellularity, or it is known as PSGN, post streptococcal glomerulonephritis. Give me a thumbs up. Now what were the clues in your question? Patient is having sore throat ना, tonsillitis था उसको, patient was a boy, young boy. टॉन्सिलाइटिस था. टॉन्सिलाइटिस के बाद किडनी इन्वॉल्व हो गई क्योंकि उसको डार्क यूरिन हो गया. किडनी इन्वॉल्व हुई तो सोडियम वाटर रिटेंशन की वजह से एडिमा हो गया. Patient is having edema, and if you see electron microscopy, subepithelial deposits. So everything is pointing towards this, and the image also. Combine the image. Image is also a clue. It is hypercellular. It is hypercellular. Everyone give me a thumbs up. Everyone give me a thumbs up. Done. So that is the thing. Yes, type 3 hypersensitivity, Dr. Tariq. You are right. You are correlating it. So okay. Type 3 hypersensitivity जैसा antibody is going पीछे. That is the thing. So that is the thing. The whole history is given in front of you. I'm not reading it. You read by your own. So in gross, yeah. On this same question, I change the image. Instead of microscopic image, I will change the image. Same question. Answer will be same. Same question, same options. Same question, same options. Only instead of microscopic image, I will give you gross image. So you should identify PSGN ka microscopy also, gross also. What is the gross? Gross is also very typical gross. This is the gross. Can you see on the gross red dots are there? This is known as flea beaten kidney. Flea beaten. It is looking like kidney को flea ने काट लिया. Flea is an insect. ऐसा लग रहा है मच्छर काट के गया है kidney को. So it is looking like flea beaten kidney. So it is the gross. It is the gross for PSGN, and this is the microscopy. In microscopy, only one thing is there. Compare the two glomerulus. This is a normal glomerulus, and this is a glomerulus in PSGN. It is hypercellular. It is enlarged. Compare it. It's easy. क्या बताऊं? Compare it. So you can see the glomerulus is large. It is not starry sky. It is not starry sky term we use in Burkitt, Dr. Tariq. Don't use the term starry sky here. I have not read starry sky in this reference. So it is not known as, yes, it is PSGN. The glomerulus is enlarged. It is hypercellular as compared to normal. This is microscopy and this is gross. That is flea beaten kidney. Learn both. These are the two hallmarks of PSGN. If any image-based question comes on PSGN or APGN in your exam, then either you will get the gross image, that is flea beaten kidney, or you will get the microscopic image, you will get an enlarged glomerulus with hypercellularity. Give me a thumbs up. I have given you the crux again. The crux is important. Yes or no? So in less time, I'm giving you more knowledge. Next question in front of you. Next question in front of you. Please read the question, mark the correct answer. Read the question, mark the correct answer. You can see the images in front of you. Okay. So mark it. Mark it out. The glomerulonephritis shown by the presence of numerous what? In this image, what you can see? There are two glomerulus, of course, in this image. You can see glomerulus number 1, Glomerulus number 2. I can see 2 glomerulus in them. In both the glomerulus, what I can see? I can see numerous intramembranous dense deposit, or I can see numerous atrophic PCT. I can see hyalinized small arterioles, or I can see epithelial cell crescents. What I can see? Only very few of you are correct. Point Savita and Madhija are first to answer it correctly. What? Why? It is a typical image. You know, even a blind person can answer it. Why you people are not able to answering it? You can see the crescent in this. Okay, I will erase it again. I will show you. See the crescent here. In this glomerulus, see the central portion is dark. The peripheral, this portion is light color. It is in the form of the crescent. In this glomerulus also, see this portion is dark. This is a crescent. Let me zoom it out and show you the two crescents. Can you see the two crescents now? Okay, see, this is a crescent here and this is a crescent here. I can see the crescents. It is RPGN. It is RPGN. So typical crescents are seen in RPGN. In RPGN, that is the pathogmatic feature. Typical crescent is seen. Typical crescent. It is RPGN, rapidly progressive glomerulonephritis. Give me a thumbs up. There are 3 types of RPGN, type 1, 2, 3. I'm not teaching you all, time is limited. Next question is in front of you. Next question in front of you. Last question. A 10-year-old boy, see the age. Age is always a clue. 10-year-old boy, edema, decreased urine output. He is having hypoalbuminemia and proteinuria. And there is no RBC. It is not nephritic syndrome. RBC nahi hai, matlab nephritic nahi hai, nephrotic hai. And see the electron microscopy. What you are looking in the electron microscopy? What is the typical feature in electron microscopy? Do you know the answer? If you know the answer, mark it. Otherwise, I will explain you. What is the answer here? Child is there. Nephrotic syndrome is there. Electron microscopy in front of you. 2 clues. Child, nephrotic syndrome. With the electron microscopy in front of you. Most of you are right. The correct answer here is MCD. So points, Saifuddin and Dr. Gaurav are first to answer it correctly. What I can see here, I can see flattening of the podocytes. You know, podocytes are flattened here. Normally, there is a basement membrane in the center. I have told you the barrier. On one side, there is endothelium. On other side, there are podocytes. Why podocytes are known as podocytes? Podo word मतलब क्या होता है? Human foot. You know, human foot. मेरा foot मैं नहीं दिखा सकती ना. So that is the human foot. This is like this. So this is podo. The shape of the cell is like podocytes. So the podocytes are there. So these are the podocytes. Now here they will become flat. They will become flat. They will become flat. So flattening of the podocyte is there. Please appreciate this flattening. That is the typical feature in MCD. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up here. Everyone give me a thumbs up. I want thumbs up from everyone. So I guess I'm done with the renal also. Let me see a few more questions are there on renal also. After that. So today we have covered nearly 65 questions out of 100. So respiratory is there, main system. बड़े में से. उसके अलावा breast, MGT, FGT and CNS is also there. So small systems are still remaining. So you tell me if you want another lecture, I will another 1 hour I will arrange. Otherwise 65 images are done out of the 100 and rest of them are given in the notes. So you can cover it. So you tell me what do you want? We will arrange likewise. So there are much more images available in the notes. You can download the notes and you can read of your own also. And if you want me to explain the images, I have to arrange 1 hour more session to complete it. Still respiration complete remaining. After that breast, CNS, MGT and FGT. These 5 systems are still remaining. We have covered hematology. We have covered anemias, leukemias, platelets, complete hematology. We have covered. After that, we have covered systemic means CVS. We have covered GIT. We have covered renal. So today we have covered these much, and these much are still remaining. So you tell me what to do. So 65 questions are done here. I don't have exact count. You can count it later on. 35 to 40 questions are still remaining. You tell me what to do. You tell me. So yeah, general. After that, general is there. Dr. Gaurav, general is also there. Don't worry. In the end, there are 20 questions there. In the notes also it is given. So thank you very much for being in with me. Write down what do you want in the next class. So next class, most of you are saying 1 hour extra class. So 1 hour extra class will be tomorrow. What is the time? I will confirm you. Mostly it is not at 9 a.m. in the morning. It will be 11 a.m. in the morning. I will confirm you on the Telegram group. Link will be available there. That will be IBQ Marathon 100 series, episode 4. 3 episodes are done today. So 4th episode will be tomorrow. That will be the last episode and I will just wind it up. I tried hard to complete all 100 images, but I couldn't. I was very fast, but still I couldn't. So sorry for that, but I will cover it tomorrow in the next one month. So Dr. Tariq, please follow me on Let's Crack NEET PG. That is the Telegram channel. So I'm available on Let's Crack NEET PG Telegram channel by the name MedLive by Dr. Priyanka. So search me by this name there, MedLive by Dr. Priyanka, and you can message me. So I will assist you there. Done. So that MedLive by Dr. Priyanka, search me on Let's Crack NEET PG, and you can tag me there also and ask your doubts there also. So that is the thing. And just a second. Okay, so on paid platform we have Plus subscription and Iconic subscription. In Plus we have only Unacademy live and recorded lectures, and Iconic along with Unacademy you get Preparator also. So if you are thinking of taking a Plus subscription, paid subscription, go for Iconic. Go for Iconic. These are our star learners. These are the batches available on Plus platform. So if you take the paid subscription, you will be eligible for all these batches. You can take the advantage of them. If you take a subscription for 12 months, you will get 2 months additional. If you take a subscription for 24 months, you will get 4 months additional. So whatever subscription you are planning to take, it is beneficial for you. That is my challenge. That is beneficial for you. There are many good courses available on the paid platform apart from the free one. So on the free one, you see only the trailer. The main thing is on the Plus paid platform. So many subscriptions on the Plus and Iconic both are available. Minimum is 1 month and maximum is 4 years. So whatever subscription you want, you can take starting from 1 month till 4 years. Longer the subscription, cheaper it is. So if you are a first prof, second prof, final year student, take a longer subscription, 3 year, 4 year, 2 year, whatever. And if you are an intern, you can take 1 month also. So whatever subscription you are taking, the code is same, Sachdev 10. If you apply this code, you will get 10% discount. So this is the summary. The code is useful for all students, those who want to watch free classes and those who want to take the paid subscription. The code is my surname, Sachdev, Sachdev, Sachdev 10. So if you want to watch only free classes, you will require this code to unlock the class. So don't hesitate to distribute this code on your batch groups with your seniors, juniors, everyone, with all medicos in the world. Please. Those who are preparing for NEET PG, FMG, INICT, next, all the medicals, please distribute this code so that they can watch the free classes, unlock it, if they are a first-time user on Unacademy. So please help me in distributing the code. Distribute on your batch groups today only. Done. If you want to take the paid subscription, Plus or Iconic, whatever, if you apply this code, you will get discount. You will get discount, 10% discount, authentic discount you will get from my side. So the code is same for all students. Please get use of this code and see you tomorrow. Today evening, I am having a class for Plus subscribers. So out of you, those who are Plus subscribers, today evening, we are having a class on respiratory system at 4:30 to 6:30 in the evening. So Plus subscribers, please join me today evening, and the free subscribers join me tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. See you. Bye-bye. I'm ending this lecture.